Yo, welcome back everybody to a brand new video here on the second channel, and today we're going to be looking at City League results because yes, City Leagues have finally returned to Japan. They've been on break since May, but now they are back. So we actually have some decent in-person results to look at here in Japan now, and just see what is winning in Japan. I don't think they have the full Phantasmal set. I think they have stuff like Gengar. I know obviously the Mega Evolution set is legal, stuff like Psyduck is out, so I'm excited to look at all of the decks winning over in Japan right now and get a bit of a glimpse into the future of our format, look into the future for like LAIC, for Milwaukee, and whatnot. Now, of course, y'all are new here too at the second channel. Make sure to subscribe down below. We're getting very close to 25,000 subs. I think it'd be awesome if we could hit 25K subscribers. I'll leave a link to Limitless down below if you want to go check out the results for yourself. And yeah, let's get into the video. So yeah, we had May 11th here, and then now we resume September 6th. We're not going to go through every single City League, but we're going to look at a majority of them and get a good kind of share of results. So the first City League that came back, that got reported on, was a Dragapult winning tournament. It was a Poltnor deck with Lily's Determination, being like really the only new card in the deck. I think Lily just makes sense in a deck like Dragapult. I mean, Poltnor is kind of, not really a pile, but it kind of does have like a pile kind of aesthetic to it with all the random stuff in there. And then the supporter engine is it's no longer what it used to be with Dragapult, with like Arvin and stuff. Now it's like Ionos and Researches and stuff. It was able to beat Goldengho in the finals. It's very interesting Goldengho deck here. It's a Goldengho deck with Revavroom, Psyduck, Shaman, Cornerstone, and the new Iron Defender here. So Goldengho does get a bit of a buff, in my opinion, with some of these new cards. I think gaining Psyduck is really good. Just having having Psyduck against Poltnor is really nice. Having the new Iron Defender item card is quite cool. Your Metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks. But it was able to lose to Poltnor in the finals. But it's a pretty cool Goldengho 60. I like the idea of Revavroom still. The Cornerstone probably being good in the mirror. I would expect to see a lot of Goldengho in these City Leagues. We had a Walls in top 4 here. With the Feraligatr, the Milotic, the Cornerstone, the Mimikyu in there. No Crustles or anything, but it does have Mimikyu, which is essentially just Crustle, but smaller. Not really any new cards, though, it looks like. But I can see Lily's being good. We have a Raging Bolt in top 4 here, too. Again, Bolt doesn't really gain anything new, I don't think, with this new set. I mean, maybe one card, but I don't see any new cards in this deck. Just plays Judge and Iono. Yeah, it is kind of just your standard Bolt 60, but Bolt's just strong and consistent. Now the Goldengho here with the Scizor, the Genesect, and the Psyduck. Again, Psyduck being a really good inclusion in Goldengho to help against Poltnor, which is already supposed to be a good matchup, but now when you have Psyduck, it's even better. We have a Gardy here with the new Diancie. So this one does play one of the new cards. Yeah, Mega Diancie's got that Diamond Code ability. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks, and then you got Garland Ray, can do 240 damage if you discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. So you just Gardevoir to the Diancie and you swing for 240, and that's the idea there. You can use Monkey Dory to hit even harder with the Diancie, technically. Is it worth playing, though? Because you do run the risk of giving up a 3-prizer, but it's a pretty strong attacker. And then you do have the Lily's Determination in the deck, which is a really good upgrade to Gardevoir. It gives a lot more draw power now. They got the new Mystery Garden Stadium card, which Gardy might play. No Mega Gardy, though. We'll see how long it takes to get Mega Gardy. And have the new Curly in there, too. We have a Grimmsnarl here. Grimmsnarl gaining Lily's Determination. Definitely doesn't seem like a bad inclusion. I like the idea of Lily's Determination in Grimmsnarl. Maybe over Research. Is it better than Research? I don't know, but it doesn't seem bad. I mean, Grimmsnarl is still like a solid deck. It has obviously fallen off quite a bit since NEIC format, but still pretty good even in Japan. And then we have a Charizard deck here with the Dusknoir, and also for Lily's Determination. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of Lily's Determination in these tournaments. I mean, it just seems like one of the best new cards to come out of the set. So I'm not surprised to see more Lily stuff here. All right, next one was won by Ho-Oh Armor Rouge. This one does have a bit of a different 60 from what we've been seeing. Does play Budu and Minior in there. Got Roaring Moon EX in the deck still. Monkey Dory's in the deck. Different supporter engine than what we've been seeing recently. We got Lily's Determination in the deck. Another decent card. Good draw supporter for this deck. Got Brock Scouting and Cyrano. I mean, there's a lot of EXs in there. Playing Bravery Charm and stuff. I mean, Ho-Oh Armor Rouge, I think, is a good deck. It just lacks consistency. It beat Genesect, Goldengho in the finals. Not surprised. I mean, this deck probably struggles a little bit into Ho-Oh Armor Rouge. But yeah, it's the Toge's build of Goldengho, which I think is probably like the best way to play the deck right now, in general. See, it does have the 3 ciphers, not the same as Piper's List, but similar enough. It's got the Picnic Basket and the counter catchers like the new technology cards in there, another Guardian, top 4. This one does have a Mega Gardevoir EX. So I'm interested to see if Mega Gardevoir does make an impact at all in the format. It's debatably the best Mega to come out of the set. It's probably going to be the strongest because it does work the best in the BDIF, where all the other Megas are going to be their own archetype. Don't know if they're ever going to be good at right now anyways. But Mega Guardy does seem like the best Mega, doing 50 damage for each Psychic Energy on all of your Pokemon. So you can just one-shot anything in the active spot. It's like Drifloon, but even bigger. But you do need a lot more energy to take KOs with the Gardevoir, which is kind of the downside. You have 8 Psychic in the deck. It's play a little bit heavier on the energy count. Just like Devo, double Screamtail 2. And then we got 2 Low's Determination and 3 Research in there for the split. We have another Raging Bolt here. Again, nothing too crazy. We got another Grimmsnarl with Psyduck. I think that does help a little bit. I've been told that Grimmsnarl is not favored into Poltnor. I'm not sure how true that is, but it is believable. And if you put Psyduck in your Grimmsnarl deck, maybe your Poltnor matchup gets fixed a little bit. We have a Lucario deck here, Lucario Hariyama. That's kind of cool. I did a deck profile video on this type of archetype already on the channel. If you want to go watch that, pretty similar actually to what I did. They do play Max Spell as the ace back. I was opting for Secret Box, but Max Spell's pretty good in Lucario too. I don't hate it for more damage output. It's got the Psyduck in there. It's got Shaman, some decent stuff. We had a Jengo here, the Goldengho Joltik deck, playing a Squawkabilly in the deck. It's interesting. But yeah, Jengo's the other good way to play Goldengho right now that we're seeing a lot of. Then we have a Zard here in the top 8 with no Dusknoir, but opted for the Monkey Dory. Psyduck. Psyduck actually might make Zard even better, honestly. The more I think about it, the more I like the idea of Psyduck and Zard. Because Zard is a great deck, but it does suffer a lot against Poltnor. All right, this tournament was won by a Mega Lucario deck here, it looks like. It was a pretty straightforward Lucario. It's got the Hariyama in there, Lunatone Solrock, Max Spell once again being the ace-spec. Maybe it is just better than the Secret Box that I was doing in my deck profile video. It did beat Poltnor in the finals. Kind of interesting to see that. Maybe it was like a donk or something, or just something went down. Maybe the Poltnor player drew bad. But yeah, Poltnor losing to Lucario is kind of cool to see. Not too bad. We have a couple Grimmsnarls here. It does gain the new Yveltal. This is one card we're going to see a lot more of. It has the attack clutch that is 20 damage for a dark energy, and then retreat locks the opponent. So it's like Maractus. I don't know if it's better than Maractus. It does have a free retreat, though. That's one of the main traits about the Yveltal, is its free retreat cost is very useful. But Maractus does have a really good ability that has more synergy with Frostlass, Monkey Dory, right? So I don't know if the Yveltal is 100% optimal over Maractus, but it seems kind of cool. The free retreat, I think, is a big selling point for sure. And then we have another Grimm here. It's one of the Marnie's Marpeco. Probably just there as a cornerstone out or something. It's got the Blood Moon in there too. We got a Ho-Oh Armor Rouge once again, playing Mega Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan does seem like a pretty good card to have in the Ho-Oh Armor Rouge deck because it does have a really good ability for the deck, giving you some extra draw, but also can attack. I mean, it doesn't really take a lot to attack. I mean, you don't even need a Prism Energy to attack with Kangaskhan in the deck, so I think Mega Kangaskhan is going to be a nice addition to the Ho-Oh Armor Rouge deck for sure. We got a Miraidon Eels deck here with the new Mega Manetric here with Flash Ray. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage on this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. And then you got Riot Blaster that does 330 damage via the discard all the energy on Mega Manetric. So it's a pretty good addition to Miraidon, in my opinion. And yeah, Miraidon Toolbox is cool. We haven't really been seeing the electric build pop off yet, but maybe Mega Manetric gives the deck a nice little boost that it needs. Another Goldengho here, playing the Scizor and the Baby Genesect. We have another Zard here, once again, with Monkey Dory and Psyduck. No Dusknoir in that one. All right. And then we got the City League, was won by Jengo, with Precious Trolley being the ace-spec. Also playing a Penny in there for a bit of healing. Not too bad. I still like Prime Catcher, but I can see Trolley being okay. We have a Zard Pidgeot once again, playing the Monkey Dory, the Psyduck, no Ghosts. And then we got a really cool Blaziken Feraligatr deck here. So this is kind of sick. So I haven't really seen much of Feraligatr, I mean, at all, really, since probably the rotation format. It's been a while. Feraligatr hype was real for a little bit, kind of evaporated. This Blaziken approach is kind of cool, though. Because, I mean, Feraligatr's a pretty good attacker. You don't even have to really use it with, that, Monkey Dory lock strategy that we've been used to. Maybe just, an aggressive kind of deck is maybe a good way to play it. I don't know. There's, no Mimikyu in the deck, so you're not really using a hidden run strategy. I don't know. That's kind of cool. I do like this deck a lot. Blaziken Feraligatr seems kind of sick. I want to try that. Maybe even in this format. Another Goldengho here, the Cornerstone Ogerpon in the deck, and Sudowoodo. It's kind of sick. the Sudowoodo technology is real. And we got another Grim here with the Evil Tall. Another Goldengho. Playing the Scizor and the Psyduck and stuff. The usual stuff. Another Grim below that. Once again, does have the new Evil Tall in there. And then we got another Guardy with the Fluttermane. The 2 Mystery Guardians in here, too. And the Devo. 4 Munkidori. Yeah, pretty straightforward approach. I guess there's no Clefairy in the deck and no Mew, which is a little sus. Did add a lot more support, though, like the double Mystery Garden, 4 Lily, 4 Iono, and still playing the Research and double Arven. So just a little bit more consistent, but probably takes a worse matchup at Dragapult, obviously. All right, going on this page. Again, we're not going to go through every single tournament. We're going to look at most of them, though. This one here was won by Munkidori Archaludon. This deck's cool. I mean, we saw a little bit of it in the Destined Rivals meta. It's not a bad little deck. It does gain Mega Mawile. I think it's a decent little addition to Archaludon. Gives you a nice attacker with Gobble Up that is 80 damage for each prize you've taken, and then you got Big Bite that gets you 260 damage. If your opponent's active already has damage on it, you don't do any damage. But obviously, like if you attack like a fresh Pokemon like a Goldengho or any like big basic like Fez or Raging Bolt or something, you just knock it out for free pretty much, which is kind of sick. And you build it up in one turn with Archaludon, so this definitely doesn't seem like a bad addition to the Archaludon deck. Did be Pulsar in the finals. Pulsar with all the little one prize support guys with the Cleffa, Psyduck, Shaman, Monkey, Chiyu, and stuff. Pulsar's still like a fine deck. Got a Guardian top 4 here. Once again, playing at the Mega Diancie. So yeah, maybe we'll see more Mega Diancie and Guardy. Oh, who knows? Maybe it is worth playing in the deck. Went a little far back there. We had a Frostlass Munkidori deck here. This one does play the Maractus, so yeah, I mean, like I said, Maractus seems pretty good still in like these Frostlass Monkey decks because of its ability being pretty good to have, and then has Enhanced Hammer and Secret Box and Counter Gain. So, nice. Not bad. I mean, Frostlass Monkey's still kind of cool. Is it better than Grim, though? I don't know. There's a great Tusk Mill deck that did well playing at the new fighting support cards. The Fighting Gong's really cool in the deck. You can find great Tusks and energy for the Solrock Lunatone. It's like playing the Radiant Greninja in the deck, which was a card that we did see great Tusk Mill play quite often back in the day, was Radiant Greninja. And now the deck does have the Fight Engine back in the format with the Solrock Lunatone. So I kind of like that, actually. This does seem like kind of the original, like the OG great Tusk Mill deck from like back in the day, back when we had Radiant Greninja. So that's kind of cool. Doesn't seem bad at all. Another Polnor here. And then we have a Typhlosion Pidgeot deck. Cool stuff. I mean, Typhlosion's still pretty solid. Gaining Psyduck is actually pretty big because you do have a better time in a Polnor now, which is obviously one of your worst matchups. So now the matchup is slightly more winnable. So I think that's a nice addition to Typhlosion. We have another Polnor in top 8. Who knows? Maybe Typhlosion can make a run because I think it does have potential. All right, this tournament was crazy. There's 3 Charizards in top 4. The one that took it down was the Munkidori build with no ghosts. We had one with Ghosts here. Well, a 1-1 Dusknoir line anyways. Also playing Petron. I guess, like, just to beat Retreat Lock shenanigans. And then does have Mist Energy in there. Gravity Mountain. A lot more techs, actually. And then the other Charizard in top 4 was also playing the Monkey No Ghost build. Garchomp in top 4 is kind of cool to see. Gaining Psyduck could be good. Get Fighting Gong, too, isn't terrible. Garchomp does game, Premium Power Pro. This build doesn't play it, but Premium Power Pro is kind of sick. You do even more damage now on top of the Rose Raid and stuff that you already have. We had a Moon deck here in the top 8. Yeah, Kangaskhan's a cool addition to the deck. 3 Pies Liability could be sketchy for a deck like this, but I like the idea of Kangaskhan in Turbo Moon. Again, more draw the merrier. Any deck that plays Latias like probably would play a Kangaskhan. Just kind of a no-brainer. It's really like a free coin bonus. We got Poltnor again. And then Meganium Hydrapple. I'm excited for this because Meganium does upgrade a lot of these grass decks. This one's kind of cool. It plays Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. That's interesting. There's no Venusaur, obviously. He does play the Toadscruel packages, the EX and the one that stops retrieval. Got the Hydrapple. Yeah, this seems good. I like the Hydrapple with Meganium, something I do want to try. There's so many Meganium decks to try out when the set releases. I can't wait. And we had a Greninja Pidgeot Dusknoir deck here in the top 8. That's kind of cool to see. I did a video on Greninja if you want to watch that on the main channel. All right. This one was won by Pengo. Oh, I haven't seen this deck in a while. Now, I've tried Pengo in even this format, the Black Bull White Flare meta. It's okay. My issue with it is, like, it's just, Goldengho can go so fast now, you don't have to play the Dragapult engine. Like, it just does, you don't need it anymore. Like, the Dragapult is still, like, nice to have against Cornerstone, but, like, in the mirror specifically, with everyone playing, like, Chansey and, like, Togekiss, like, Dragapult is going to do you no favors, in my opinion. I think the best way to maybe play this type of deck would be with Budew. I tried Pengo with Budew, so you can kind of, like, Itchy Pollen them, and you can go in with Dragapult first, and then go in with Goldengho, and I don't know, it's, like, kind of mid. I don't know. Pengo's cool, though. I like the deck, but I just don't think you need to play anymore. But this person did play it and won the tournament with it. It did beat Dragapult Dusknoir in the finals. And they had a Devo in the deck. And then we have a Charizard Pidgeot deck here. Once again, playing the Max Belt and the Ghost Engine. Another Goldengho deck here with the Scizor. The Legacy Energy being the ace spec's interesting. So you obviously can't play Search Pro. That's an interesting idea. I mean, another Goldengho Genesect deck here with the Togekiss. Playing Budu and Psyduck. Maybe this deck gaining Psyduck is good, potentially. And then got Grimmsnarl with the Frostlass. This one does have Maractus. See, I still think Maractus is worth playing. I know it's not Evil Tall without the Fruit Treat, but it's kind of cool. Django in top 8. Then we have a Guardy here in top 8 also. Playing at the Mega Gardevoir EX. So, see how many Guardy decks in this video play Mega Guardy. This tournament was interesting. We saw Zorark win it. It was kind of the cornerstone build of the Zorark deck. It does play a Baby Petron, though, but doesn't play the Petron EX. It's just kind of there for the Poison Chain Retreat Lock strat that you can do. It's cool. I think Zorark's still really good. Like, I really want Zorark to be good one day. I have high hopes. Maybe when a rotation happens, this deck will be a lot better. I think it's pretty cool, though, for sure. We got another Goldengho Genesect deck playing at Grafaiai, which is like Goldengho, but as a one-prizer. It's a Dark-type Pokemon, though, which is nice to have. Your cornerstone answer, and somewhat decent against Jellicent and Gardevoir in some regards. Another Django here. We have another Lucario Hariyama deck playing the Zorark. See, I like this idea. Like, the idea of Zorark in the Lucario deck is nice, because then you have a decent attacker versus Gardevoir, which I think is pretty good, because Lucario is strong, has potential. You're going to struggle quite a bit against Guardy, though, because they hate you for weakness. It's, like, pretty bad. Pretty unwinnable, to be honest with you. Django, once again. A couple more Pults here. They're all Pultnors. I haven't seen a straight Pult yet, I don't think. It's all been Pultnor. Just a lot of Pultnor. And then we got another Grimmsnarl deck here. Not playing any Retreat Lockers. All right. Let's go to this tourney here. We saw Grimmsnarl win it. Got the Psyduck in there. And then we got another Pultnor here in the finals. And a couple Guardies here. No Mega Guardy in this one. And does this Guardy play the Mega Guardy? It does not play the Mega Guardy. We got another Dengo. Straight Dengo with no technology stuff. No Scizor. Nothing. Just a Psyduck. Psyduck's cool. Nice to have. I guess that's one reason why we haven't seen Magneton. Another Pultnor. Raging Bolt. Yeah, Bolt's like going to play no new cards. I don't think there's anything new from the Mega Evolution set that it gains. Maybe Mega Gengar is not out yet. I swear that I thought Mega Gengar was out. Another Great Tusk Mill. I like the idea of this like Great Tusk Lunatone engine. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. What's this? Typhlosion Sawsbuck? What the heck? What does this do? Search your deck for a stadium card. Ooh. Yo, free way to find Gravity Mount. This deck, oh my god. Bro, this deck plays, what was that, 6 stadiums? Yo, that's crazy. 7 stadiums. Oh my god. 7 stadium Typhlosion's crazy. It even has a random cornerstone in the deck. There's no fighting energy. That's crazy. That's a crazy deck. All right, I rate it. Didn't do bad. Got 10th place. It's kind of sick. All right. Anything interesting here? Blissey. Oh, hold up. Because we're looking at the Okidogi deck. I meant to click on Blissey, but the Okidogi deck's kind of cool. The Okidogi deck gaining Fighting Gong and the Lunatone Soul Rock isn't terrible to give the deck a bit of draw. That's kind of cool. I want to see the Blissey deck above it. Yeah, Blissey Pikachu. Did a video on this deck recently. Not this exact 60, but a similar concept. If you want to go watch it on the main channel, you can. See a Crustle deck. I don't think Crustle gains much. Other than, like, Lily's not a bad addition. Just to give you a bit more draw. Then look at the deck's really gaining too many new cards. Manetric Magnezone. Or Magneton did well. Well, I guess there's a Magnezone in the deck. But yeah, Mega Manetric with Magneton is kind of sick. I mean, obviously, Psyduck will be annoying to deal with because you can't use Magneton, but Mega Manetric's a pretty strong card. We had another Mega Manetric deck here with the Eels and the Toad Scroll. It's kind of sick. All right. Cool stuff. Let's see this one. Goldengho won this one with the Scizor. We got a Blaziken Pidgeot deck. All right, this is nice. This is kind of what we've been seeing before from past metas with the Blaziken Pidgeot engine. Playing the Petron in there, the Retreat Lock stuff, the Baby Blaziken, which is kind of sick. You kind of get a bit of a Wellspring package when you play Petron and Baby Blaziken, which I think is kind of cool. Charizard Pidgeot with the Monkey again, no Ghosts. Got Terabox doing well with Mega Mawile and the Baby Petron. Interesting. And Repel. I forgot this card's actually getting reprinted. Your opponent switches their active with their bench Pokemon. It's like Iron Bundle, but on an item card. But you only get like a one-time use. It's supposed to bundle where you can use it over and over with like Night Stretcher. But that's an interesting idea. Yeah, Terabox, kind of cool. Mega Mawile is not like a terrible addition to the deck, I guess. Gives you a little bit more firepower at the end game. Let's see, this deck, or this tournament was won by Django with a Genesect. Beat Charizard in the finals with no Ghosts. We saw Eeveebox do okay here. Yeah, I don't think it gains many new cards. This one's interesting, though. It's not playing any Owls. It's an Owlless Eeveebox deck. Huh, that's cool. I don't hate it. All right, let's move on to the next one. See one here that was won by Lucario once again. Lucario Hariyama playing the Max Bell. Yeah, maybe I should have put Max Bell in the Lucario deck instead of Secret Box. Maybe it's just better to play Max Bell over the build I was playing. We saw a Charizard Terapagos deck get second place. This is a deck I haven't seen in quite a while. I mean, this deck had potential in the rotation format until, like, Dragapult was confirmed to be BDIF, and, like, all the top decks played Budu. This deck's pretty good, though, if Budu didn't exist. So I think it pops off. But this deck is really good if Budu didn't exist. It's a deck I haven't seen in quite a while. We had another Lucario deck in top 4 here, playing Max Ball 2. Maybe I did miss the ball on that. We had a Tinkaton Alakazam deck do well. Yo, that's kind of high. So this one does seem kind of sick. The new Alakazam synergizes really well with Tinkaton because it's got that ability. When you evolve, you can draw 3 cards. So you draw a lot of cards and you hit hard with Big Hammer. You have Ignition Energy to attack with Tinkaton. I did a video recently on Tinkaton Ignition Energy if you want to go watch that. And then you get the, what's that, the new Tinkaton in the deck? Or is that Tinkatuff? It's Tinkatuff, right? Yeah. When you play it down, you can flip a coin of head to discard energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So you get, like, built-in Crushing Hammer on Tinkatuff's ability when you evolve it, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, I don't know. Tinkaton Alakazam seems decent. I don't hate it. You got Clefairy in there. You got Psyduck, which will help a lot more against Poltnor. So you're probably going to have a good matchup in a Polt, technically speaking. You draw a lot of cards. Psychic typing, pretty good stuff. We got a Mega No, this is Control. What the heck? I thought it was Mega I was about to say it's Mega Latias, but no. It's a Control deck that plays 2 Latias to give yourself free retreat. Yeah, that's a crazy Control deck. Nice. All right. I think we looked at this tournament already. Let's go to this one here. We saw Terabox win it. No, okay, it was the Ogerpon. It was an Ogerpon Wellspring Tealmass deck. It wasn't really a Terabox deck. Okay, fine enough. Grimmsnarl Pidgeot did okay here. Pidgeot with the Frostlass Monkey Dory. So they just tried to cram in Pidgeot in the Grim deck. I don't hate the idea of that. Don't know how good it is, but it seems decent. Pidgeot's a good card. I mean, goes really well with Stage 2 Pokemon. I don't hate the idea of this. Only 1 rare candy, though, so you're really relying on the TM Evos to set you up. Playing 3 Morgrim, too. All right, we got, what is this? Terabox. Okay, this is a Terabox deck to look at. We got Terabox with double Kangaskhan and Mega Mawile. These Mega Evolutions don't seem like bad ideas to put within the Terabox deck, right? Mega Kangaskhan is kind of cool, give you a bit of draw. Because Terabox is a cool deck, but it does sometimes fold to Lake Iono spam. Mega Kangaskhan can help fix that, though. And then you have Mega Mawile, which you can still attack with, which I think is kind of sick. Like Glass Trumpet E-Switch to Mega Mawile. Seems kind of good. We had a Raging Bolt deck here. No new cards. Another Lucario Hariyama deck. Playing Max Belt. Oh, man, I really missed balling that, didn't I? We had a just straightforward Alakazam to Dunsparce deck. So, I mean, you can play the Tinkaton deck, or you can play just Alakazam by itself. It's got the same attack as Tinkaton, does less damage, but, you know, you're a wall 1 prize deck, which helps a lot more. And you got the Dunsparces in there. You can still play this, like, the Dunsparce Enriched Energy Engine, which is kind of sick. This is cool. I like it. I'm excited to try out Alakazam for sure. Definitely going to be pretty excited to try it. Another Mega Lucario deck won this City League here. Playing the Max Belt. Beat Pulsar in the finals. Maybe Pulsar gets a bit of an upgrade with Lily's Determination for a bit of draw. We had another Walls deck do well here. With the Giraffe, the Milotic. Does play Blissey in the deck, though. Which is kind of cool. It does have Clefairy, I guess, to help a little bit against Dragapult. Another Charizard, Pidgeot deck here. With no Dusknoir. Another Goldengho deck winning the Scizor. I haven't seen a lot of Togekiss Goldengho. It's all just been playing the Scizor and stuff, like the stuff we've been seeing before. I'm not sold on Scizor personally. I'm not a big fan of it, but I guess it's cool. Another Garchomp. Playing, yeah, there we go. We got Garchomp with Rose Raid and Premium Power Pro for a ton of extra damage. And, of course, having the Fighting Gong in there is kind of cool, too. Still has Monkeys. You have a lot of damage output. Rose Raid, Adrenabrain, Premium Power Pro is kind of crazy, actually. We had a Goldengho Solrock deck do okay. See, I like this deck, too. This idea seems cool, because Solrock Lunatone is kind of like putting Radiant Greninja back in Goldengho, which is a card I greatly miss. You kind of get to revive it with these guys. I've built something like this, playing it with like Mega Lucario, so that could be kind of cool. So maybe there's potential there for sure. Seems decent. Let's go this turn. We saw a Slowking Xatu deck do okay. I like the idea of Gumshoe in the deck. The new Gumshoes allows you to... It gives you Academy at Night, essentially, on a Stage 1, so you don't have to rely on spamming stadiums against, like, a Stadium War. So that's kind of nice. You can use Gumshoes. Just always have Academy at Night in play to always put something on top of your deck. But it's another Stage 1 you have to play, right? You already have Xatu and Slowking in the deck. You need some Ment Space, so... I mean, you still have Academy at Night in the deck, but it's like, you get that, too. What's this Ninetales do? Put 9 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon? That's not bad. I guess it's okay. Got the Kyurem's in there, the Haxorus. Yeah, Slowking's a fun deck. Another Mega Lucario deck, playing the Max Belt. Sarah Ledge did okay. With the Solrock and Lunetone, yeah, I don't hate that either. I mean, like Goldengho, you can play the Solrock Lunetone in the Sarah Ledge deck here to give you a bit of draw and discard power for Sarah Ledge's attack. Another Goldengho with the Scizor. All right, cool. That was nice. See this tournament here. We saw Raging Bolt win it, and then we saw it beat a Raging Bolt in the finals with the Mega Kangaskhan. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you could play Kangaskhan and Raging Bolt. I mean, you have Latias, right? Doesn't hurt to play it. Could be a decent addition to the deck just to have a little bit more onboard draw. Make it harder to whiff Sadas off Iono. Another Grimmsnarl here with the same old stuff. Another Pulsar in top 4. Here we go. We got a Mega Latios deck. Or Latias. I keep saying Latios because it's purple, bro. It kind of looks like Latias, like the purple-blue. But anyways, Mega Latias. The Poison build here. It's a hit and run deck, I think. Yeah, it's hit and run approach. Kind of like the Noivern deck, right? You can technically build up Mirage Impulse. You just put a Prism Energy on it, attach, and then attach another energy. It's kind of cool. The Poison Mega Latias deck seems kind of cool. It might be worth trying out. Did I just go a little too far back? I did. Oops. My bad. All right. Let's go to this one here. We saw Charizard Mirror. Look at that. Double Monkey, no Ghost. Monkey, no Ghost. Okay, we had another Terabox. It was the Ogre Pawn Ends Plan box deck. That's kind of cool. Goldengho Genesect again. Just all playing the Goldengho and the Scizor and stuff. That's crazy. All right, let's go to the next tournament here. We clicked on that already. Let's go to this one. There we go. Another Goldengho Togus winning. The best way to play it. It did beat Guardy in the finals with the Mega Diancie. So we've actually been seeing a lot more Mega Diancie than Mega Guardy. Why not play both? Why not have both the Megas, Mega Diancie and Guardy in the deck? That'd be crazy. So this confirms that Mega Gengar is out. We just haven't seen it yet. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Mega Gengar deck yet. Maybe we'll see one soon. Maybe. Another Goldengho deck playing the Scizor. I like the idea of maybe Scizor EX. It obviously gives you a good attacker and a cornerstone. Archaludon Ghost is kind of cool. This is an interesting Archaludon deck. Playing the Mega Wow. It's got the Toadscroll and the Ghost in there. So it's a very aggressive Archaludon deck. And it's got a little bit of tech support for the Goldengho matchup. That's neat. We had Quad Thorns do well. Hey, this deck still exists, just saying. Some new cards. We got Acerola in there. Which, let's do again. If your opponent has 2 for your prize remaining, choose one of your Pokemon to play during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage and effects of attacks to it done by EXs. Actually, it doesn't seem like a bad idea to have in the Thorns deck here. Yeah, I like that idea. Acerola and Thorns is kind of annoying because you're already slowing them down with the Thorns, and when they get to that point, you can slow them down even more. So Conkeldurr to Dunsparce deck. A lot of people comment on the Conkeldurr Pidgeot video I did. Why didn't you play with the Dunsparce? Another Okidogi deck here. That's cool. All right. All right, this one we saw Goldengho Mirror. We saw Django beat the normal Goldengho deck in the finals. This Goldengho, just very straightforward Goldengho deck, okay. We had Charizard Pidgeot deck do well with the no Ghosts again. Saw Miraidon do okay. Or it's Joltik box, actually. I'm trolling. It was a Joltik box deck. I got clickbaited. The Pulnor. Mamoswine Pidgeot did well. That's cool. Is this gaining any new cards? I guess Lily's Determination from our draw. No new stage 2s. Looks like the same ones, like Kling Klang, Luxray, Pidgeot. Plays a Cornerstone in there, though, with the Blaziken, so you can kind of just play a Cornerstone Blaziken deck against Goldengho. All right, a couple more Charizards here. We haven't seen Charizard Gengar yet. That's another way to play Gengar that I thought would be used, but nope. About the Zorark deck. Nope, just straightforward Zorark, Darmanitan. All right, no Gengar stuff. Pretty sure Gengar is legal. Maybe it's in this Roaring Moon deck. It is not in this Roaring Moon deck. This is like an Ancient Box deck. Beat Garchomp in the finals with... It's kind of surprising, actually. Cause, I mean, you have 400 HP. I guess this one is playing Monkey Dory, so it's like kind of a 2-shot war. Another Goldengho, Solrock, Lunetone, Draw Engine build. A couple more Guardies. Another Django here. Another Feraligatr Blaziken deck. Yeah, I definitely want to try this out now. Seeing this deck, again, makes me want to make a video on it. Because I haven't done a video on Feraligatr in a while. I'm definitely going to try that out. Raging Bull won this tournament. Beat Grimm in the finals. We had another Grimm deck here. Okay, I saw Grimm and Monkey Dory. I'm like, wait, it's a different way to play Grimm. We saw Lucario once again. And then, we got a Tyranitar Dracloak deck. This deck's really cool. I like it. I did a video on this deck before. It's pretty sick. Tyranitar is like a decent card. Item locks your opponent. Dark Pokemon, not a bad combination to have right now. You know what I mean? It's a pretty decent card. Another Pulsar here. We had a Zorark with the Poison Bills. This is like the world's top 8 bill we saw, and the one that Gabriel Fernandez played. What else we got here? Another Hariyama, Lucario deck. And we got a Meganium Venusaur deck here. Almost making top 80, 9th place. It's a cool deck. I did a deck profile video on this deck. You want to see more of it, check out the deck profile video. Which didn't perform as well as I thought it would. Both deck profiles didn't do as well, which kind of sucks. Anything interesting in this tournament? What about the Goldengho? Is there anything cool in there? No. What about the Flareon Noctowl deck? Yeah, nothing too crazy. This deck doesn't really gain any new cards, I don't think. Like, maybe Psyduck could be put in here if you want to have a better time at a Poltner, I guess. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. Another Flareon deck here. Yeah, no, I guess Lili's Determination could be a new card, too, you could play. All right, so that was this page. We can go to the first page now, Facility League results. We're not going to go through every single one, and we've almost been recording for, well, it's been over half an hour now. All right, go through a couple of these. We saw Slowking win this one. No crazy new cards. You got Lili's Determination. Got the Zorark in the deck, I guess, as like an extra attacker you can copy with the Slowking. What else do we got here? Typhlosion. Very straightforward Typhlosion deck with no draw engine other than Taskiri and Fez being the only outs. We got a Goldengho Alakazam deck too. Well, this one seems okay too. Alakazam Goldengho's kind of sick. I mean, Alakazam draws you more cards. You just have naturally more draw in the deck. And Alakazam gives you a 1-prize attacker. The downside, though, it doesn't attack Cornerstone Ogerpon. If it attacked Cornerstone, maybe. I guess you could play Alakazam EX in the deck if you wanted to really attack Cornerstone Ogerpon. That doesn't seem like a bad idea, actually. Alakazam EX and Goldengho. It does take 2 Psychic Energy, but, like, it's not really that hard to build up, in my opinion. So maybe it's worth trying that out in the deck. Anything cool in here? Mega Lucario playing the Max Belt again. They've all been playing Max Belt. Should put it in it, man. Got Sarah Ledge with the rocks in there. All right. What about this one? The Goldengho won it. Pretty straightforward build. It's Joltik box. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's definitely, it's Joltik box. What about the Zorark deck? Okay, nothing too crazy there. Grimmsnarl again. Nothing too crazy in that one. A bunch of Guardy Jellies did well. Another Mega Venusaur Tealmass did okay in this tournament. That's cool. Like to see it. Zacian won this tournament. It was a Hop, Zacian, Monkey, Dory, Venture Bomb deck. Huh, cool. What did it be in the finals? Raging Bolt? Interesting. Mega Kangaskhan in there. I like it. Another Zoroark deck here. We see the similar concept to the Mateus build with the Cornerstone and the Wellspring. Another Goldengho Rock deck. I like it. Another Cynthia's Garchomp to look at here real quick. Okay, cool. What else do we got here? Goldengho Genesect with Togus won this tournament. Did beat, what was this, Terabox in the finals? Yeah, that's a crazy Terabox deck. It's got Roy Moon EX in the deck. That's something I haven't seen in Terabox before. I guess you can Crispin to Moon. You can go Crispin, attach Dark from hand, E-switch off Tealmass to build it up in a single turn. Is it more consistent than just Sada, though? I don't know. Interesting idea. Another straightforward Frostlass deck with the Yveltal. And what was this? Raging Bolt? No, it was a Terabox deck. This one was Terabox with the Kangaskhan. Another Lucario deck. Okay. Still surprised you haven't seen Mega Gengar. I'm pretty sure Mega Gengar is out. I just don't know how we haven't seen it yet. That's crazy. Goldengho with double Scizor. We had a Venusaur deck outside the top 8 with the Kangaskhan, the Woshin EX, Woshin reaction, and has the Wellspring in there. Wellspring actually could be kind of cool in the Venusaur deck, I guess, because you just need 2 energy and you can pull off like a Torrential Pump out of nowhere. Seems kind of strong. About this tournament, we saw Zorark in the finals, losing to Raging Bolt, not surprised there. Another Eevee deck. Yeah, I like the idea of the Psyduck. Psyduck seems like a decent addition to Eevee box because you can just put it down and it makes your Polnar matchup slightly more winnable, which is kind of cool. We had a Charizard Zorark deck. All right, here we go. Our first look at a Mega Gengar. It somehow took 3 pages to find it, but we got there. We saw more Diancie than Gengar, but now we got some Gengar. This is a really interesting deck. So you have all these dark Pokemon in the deck. Zorark, Fez, Petrunt, Charizard. And you play with the new Mega Gengar. It's got that ability where whenever any of your dark Pokemon get knocked out by damage from attack from your opponent's EXs, they take 1 fewer prize card. So like you turn your Charizard into a 1-prizer. You turn your Zorark into a 1-prizer. You turn your Fez into a 1-prizer. It's a really strong card. I think it actually works pretty well with Zorark and Charizard. Slight anti-synergy with Charizard because it makes your Charizard do less damage overall, if that makes any sense. But to offset that, there is a Maxim Belt in the deck. So maybe you can play like Biting Mochi too, so you can like kind of offset it a little bit more because you already have the Petron in the deck. But I like it. Meg Gengar has potential, and pairing it with like Zork and Charizard, I think does make a lot of sense. I like it. All right. Let's go to the next tourney here and see what we got going on. Charizard Noctowl again with the double Wellspring in there. Couple more Dengos. What's this Dengo? Is this straightforward Dengo? Yeah, it is straightforward Dengo. Okay. Another Archaludon deck with, Mega Mawile. I like it. Seems decent. All right, what about this one? We did see Lucario in the finals lose to Grimm. Then we had a Gengar here in the top 4. Alakazam to Dunsparce also doing good. So, yeah, who knows? This could be another decent one-prize deck. Kind of like Typhlosion, right? Just a nice one-prize stage 2 attacking deck. Doesn't do anything too crazy, but it's decent. I went a little too far back there. I think we already looked at that one. Where was I? I already lost where I was. I didn't think there was any other decks. We had a Typhlosion Dragapult deck do okay. We had what's another Goldengho with the Toad's Cruel for the mirror. Taking for the mirror. Gotta prepared for the mirror. Another Terabox deck here, playing the Mawile and the Kangaskhan. Nice to see. We got in this tournament. Maybe another Mamoswine deck do well. No new cards, though. Actually, no, it does play a Premium Power Pro. That is one new card. I guess, honestly, yeah, Fighting Gong 2 is pretty good. Fighting Gong and Premium Power Pro seem decent. Premium Power Pro is cool because you can do 30 more damage. I think you can do 300 damage at one point, so having that Pro helps a little bit. And then you got the Gong, which helps a lot. You can find Fighting Energy and Swinubs really easy. It just gives you more consistency at setting up your Mamoswines, which is nice. Another Goldengho deck with Scizor and Grafaiai in here. Kind of crazy stuff. We had a Palafin EX Baxcalibur Shempow deck. That's kind of crazy. So you're like playing 2 decks in one. You got the Baxcalibur and the Shempow deck, and then you have the Palafin in there as like an extra attacker. There's a new Stadium card coming out that allows you to switch your active water Pokemon with one of your bench water Pokemon. So you can do this with Shivery Chill to find energy, and you can do it with Palafin to move it out of the active spots. You can keep chaining attacks. That's kind of crazy, actually. It's a funny deck. Serraledge rocks from this tournament. Saw Goldengho in top 4. Another Charizard Pidgeot deck here with no ghosts. Then we had a Mewtwo Spidops deck. I mean, hey, Team Rocket still exists. The Team Rocket engine deck still exists. Hasn't really had any results yet, but, it's still there. I think one day it'll be good. I think one day we'll see it do a lot better. Just a lot of bad matchups, I feel like, in the format. Another Blaziken Pidgeot deck here. Playing Moonix and Iron Leaves and Bear. Pretty crazy stuff going on there. This tournament was won by a Blaziken Dragapult deck. That's kind of neat. This deck's cool. I've done a video on it before. It's pretty sick. Another Goldengho deck. Another Charizard Pidgeot deck with the Ghosts and the Monkey. Playing a Klefki, too, is kind of interesting. Another Terabox deck here. No Mawile, no Kangaskhan. Does opt to play Ends playing inside deck, though, for some extra support. Cool stuff. All right. Saw another Charizard deck win a tournament here. It's crazy. End up beating Pulsar in the finals somehow, which is even more surprising, to be honest. Seems like a bad matchup. Another Mega Lucario deck, playing Max Bell. Yeah, I should have just put the Max Belt in there, man. Why didn't I do that? All right. Walls won this tournament. Actually beat Guardy in the finals, which is crazy. Ooh, the Mantike technology. See, I've seen this before in the Walls deck. The Mantike heals 120 damage when your bench Pokemon. Might have to try this out for a video. I'm not going to lie. Mantike Walls. I kind of like the idea of it. It won the City League. We don't have the Evil Tall yet, but, we're close. And it beat Guardy in the finals, which is kind of crazy. And it even had Mega Gardevoir in the deck there, too, so look at that. We had another Walls deck here. Also playing the Mantike, so maybe the Walls deck is good. Who knows? Maybe it's worth trying out Walls for a future video. See, Archaludon won this tournament, playing the Mega Mawile and the Monkey Dory and the Venture Bomb stuff. Did beat Raging Bull in the finals. Not surprised to see that. Seems like a decent matchup. A couple Slowkings here. It's kind of cool. See the other Slowking deck. Got the Zorark in there. No Gumshoe in this one. Or the other one either. We had a Guardy Jelly win this tournament. Yeah, no new. Well, I got Lily's Determination, but you're not going to play Mega Gardevoir in there, I don't think. A couple more Goldenghos here. Nothing too crazy than that. Another Alakazam and Tinkaton deck. Yo, that's kind of sick. Yeah, this Alakazam and Tinkaton deck's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, straight Alakazam with the Dunsparce, Alakazam and Tinkaton, both seem pretty good. I like it. All right. Last tournament to look at here. We only have 8 decks, and half of them were freaking Grimmsnarl. Okay, wow. What about the Archaludon deck? Archaludon Mega Mawile. Goldengho Dragapult once again showed up. It's crazy to see the deck still do well. And then we had a Goldengho. It was a Gengar deck. All right. What about the Guardy deck? Got the Mega Diancie in there. We see it. Well, I'm surprised we saw more Mega Diancie than Gengar. You'd think the Gengar was more popular than the Diancie, but nope. We saw way more Diancie than we did Gengar, which is honestly kind of crazy to see. But there you go. Those are the most recent City League results over in Japan. Things to take away. Mega Evolutions are seeing play, but they're not as dominant as you'd think. I mean, Mega Lucario, I think, was the most common Mega Evolution deck we saw. Mega Venusaur was kind of scraping out of the top 8 in some of these City Leagues. We saw a lot of supports, like the Mawile for the extra attacker, the Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Diancie, Mega Gardevoir, but I mean, we saw a bit of Mega Manetric too, but mostly like the Mega Evolutions haven't made like a giant impact yet. It's gonna take a while. Like I think the power creep for these like Goldengho, Raging Bolt, and stuff like they're still very prevalent, and like the Megas might struggle into those decks. So I think we'll see Megas be more like front and center eventually. Just gotta wait for that time to come. Grimmsnarl is still doing really well in Japan, which is crazy. This deck's like not really good right now, or like really popular at all in our format, but still doing well in Japan. It's kind of crazy to see for sure. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave a link to Limos if you want to go check out any of the City League results for yourself. We'll definitely look at more very soon. Disappointed by the lack of Gengar. Where's the Gengar decks at? All right, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you on another video very soon. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 25K subscribers, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.